Very good evening to our guest of honor, Chief Guest Dr. Nithyanandan Devaraaj, and our Chairman, Honorable Chairman, the Trustee, and respected dignitaries. And after 3 weeks of time, we are coming to an end of our Leadership Excellence session. And we had eminent personalities with us for the last 3 weeks, starting with Mr. Lo Jun Jack, who was our resource person, commenced in the last week of November, spoke about being a manager and today's environment. What is the requirement? All those he spoke about, and it was a great commencement. And it was well inaugurated by the chief guest, Professor Dr. Vidula Venugopal from IIM Nagpur, the head of entrepreneurship development and the chairman of the entrepreneurship cell. And also we have had a lot of corporate industry personalities had a good session with us, like Dr. Jyoti Ganeshan, the Deputy General Manager of ZF Wind Power, and Lada Sundaram, the founder of Aram Foundations, Dr. D. Visakamurthy, the founder and CEO of Insights India, and Mr. Bastian Robbins, Clever India, Insights India, so who spoke so much about the data today. After we believe in God, we believe in data. That's what we learned from. And also we have had many other dignitaries, including Osai K. Kalidasan sir spoke about the business sustainability with the concern of environmental, and all other matters. So with all these, and today we are assembled here with another great session and an eminent personality with us to conclude, to validate this function and complete our journey of that leadership excellence, and he's going to speak about being a leader. With a warm welcome to our chief guest, and I would like to give a little note and introduction, brief introduction about Dr. Nithyanandan Devaraaj, Nithin, who has completed his doctorate in management science and MBA in finance and marketing, gold medalist from the university topper, BE mechanical engineer with distinction, and he is also the IRCA certified lead auditor and assessor for ISO 9001, a qualified auditor for EMS, Environmental Management System, and Occupational and Health, SAS, and ENMS, and also L&T, Future Leaders Training with IIM Calcutta. With his academic backgrounds, all this academic background, he has got more than 3 decades, almost 35 years over experience in engineering and manufacturing organizations, from hardcore manufacturing and marketing to general management to business head, working with PSG Group, LMW Group, LG Group, Suslon Group, and L&T, Hitachi, CRI Group, and now he is with AMEX Alloys as Executive Director, and also the Chairman of Shri Avinashiappar Trust, also the Honorary Secretary of CMA Coimbatore Management Association. With all these credentials and also having considered to be a professional with a rare blend for industry, academic orientation, having been governing and advisory council of many leading institutes, credited with designing a few management courses in the field of product management, industrial marketing, operations management, cost management, and corporate social responsibility. As National Secretary and member, the Foundry Development Council and Policy Advocacy Committee of Indian Foundry Association is credited as spokesperson for the industry. As part of various industrial associations and professional bodies, credited with playing a leading role in bridging inland marked changes in export incentives, classification of MSMEs, CVCB norms, waste and disposal management, played a pivotal role in training and development of educated youth seeking employment opportunities as well. Is a managing trustee of a family managed trust involved in activities like rendering food, shelter, education, and Medicare for underprivileged, noted for rendering services during Chennai, Kerala, Tanjore, Nilgiris during floods. Played a vital role in turning around a division and a company and established a large-scale projects in benchmarks in industry. Business has won several awards at national and regional level, which includes Indian Foundry of the Year, Young Foundryman, and Foundryman Awards, four-star award from CAI, Confederation of industries, and Green Award and Safety Award from Tamil Nadu government at national level from IIF. First Indian foundry in the segment to get OHSAS 18001 and ISO 50001 certification and many Kaizen awards for quality. So with that all summary note, and he has also got his professional association and memberships, as I have mentioned earlier, past National Secretary and Chairman, Membership Engagement Committee, Indian Foundry Association, past Chairman, Southern Region, Member and Industry Nominee, Coimbatore Disaster Management Council, a guest faculty to Premier Management Institutes, and was a visiting faculty to IIM Calicut, an examiner for management qualifications and assessor for management teachers, an acknowledged management trainer and consultant, is a regular business column writer, and is a great legendary eminent leader and who has managed a lot of businesses around our region, and also member in the Foundry Development Council, Ministry of Commerce and Industries India, National Council Policy Advocacy Committee, Institution of Engineers, All India and Coimbatore Management Association, IMA, and CMA. Board of Studies in premier institutions as well, and winner of the Outstanding Alumni and Distinguished Alumni Awards from PSG institutions and Bharatiyar University. The CMA Golden Jubilee Year Best Manager Award for the region, the Best Management Student Award for many accolades at national level, the Mother Teresa Award of Excellence for the young business managers, management interest and other interests as writing and columnist as well. And with all those small note of our chief guest today, and he's with us to complete the whole process of last 3 weeks as leadership excellence. And he was mentioning earlier, leadership itself is an excellence, and we don't need to have excellence beyond after leadership, that word. So he's going to talk about being a leader with all his credentials. And note, I would like to welcome our chief guest, Dr. Nithyanandan Devaraaj, Dr. Nithin, Executive Director, AMEX Alloys, the Chairman, Shri Avinashiappar Trust, to this occasion. Once again, we welcome you, Doctor, and now we hand over this session to you. Thank you, Doctor, for joining. It's over to you now.
As we begin our journey as management professionals, you have taken the first step in getting yourself enrolled in a management program in a good school. Obviously, your aspirations will be much higher than what you were as a graduate engineer. If your aspirations are to be met, first and foremost, you have to be committed to that aspirations, and the journey what you take will definitely be an entertaining journey as long as you enjoy learning management programs. Many a times when I speak to people, especially the first year postgraduates who have joined the college, I only tell them MBA doesn't stand for Master of Business Administration. I strongly believe it stands for Management by Application. This is one course which is a common course to all the graduates, irrespective of the stream you come from. You are eligible to become a management graduate. Having said that, management education is also to be understood that it cannot be taught. It has to be learned. It is like taking a horse to the pond. You can only take the horse up to the pond, and to make it drink, unless the horse wants to drink, you cannot force it to drink. This is something similar. You have multi-dimensions in learning management. More than making you a good professional, management education will shape you into a good human being. That's the first step in becoming a good leader. As long as you're a good human being, there is no doubt that you will also become a good leader. Now, how do you define the good human being? Thirukkural, he has said in many forms and many ways what good human being should be. And it starts with learning. It starts with learning. Unless otherwise you are determined to learn, can somebody teach? While we talk about learning, unlearning is also very important. You might have picked up some skills in schools in your undergraduate program, which you may probably feel that it is not adding any value to your either as a person or as a professional. As long as you are able to identify these not value adding pickups, whatever you had, and you have to move out of it. It's like in playing cricket, you need to, more than what balls you play, the success will eventually depend on what balls you leave out. Gundappa Vishwanath was known for leaving out deliveries. He knows exactly where the off stump is. Similarly, Sanjay Manjrekar. Not that they were great batsmen, they created many records, but then they were fearful batsmen during their best days. Today, if you look at Kohli, most of the times he gets out only by chasing the unwanted deliveries, despite being so popular and amongst the best in the world. So as a leader, today you're in a circumstances where you need to know exactly what to retain and what to leave out. It's like playing cricket. Obviously, it is a team game. Leadership is all about team building. But then, is it enough that you are a good team player? You need to be a performer as well. So where does leadership start? The current scenario, the kind of disruptions what we have gone through, all of us are now prepared for those unpredicted and unexpected disruptions now. In the 3-year planning, you are forced to include disruptions. What happens if some disruptions happen? In the last 2 years, we have gone through two disruptions. First disruption shook the automotive industry, wherein we jumped from BS4 to BS6 directly, skipping the BS5 norms. That created a lot of ruckus in the market because automotive industry controls almost 35% of the economy, wherever they are. And all changes normally start with automotive industry. So the consumer durables market, the automotive industry, 2-wheelers and 4-wheelers were what you call as even trucks and buses, passenger vehicles. That's where the change started. Next, it might happen in tractors, generating sets. So all this, wherever which is engine driven and there is a pollution that is happening, they will have to be meeting the regulatory norms as we integrate with the rest of the world. In the recent times, people have started talking about deglobalization. When we all grew, I think Dr. Sundar will agree with me, the other faculty who is there on the meeting today, they will agree with me. Our era, the Manmohan Singh era was one of the best eras our generation has gone through. Those days, we were talking about LPG, liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Thanks to the pandemic, today people are talking about deglobalization. So more world over, in many countries, rightist people are gaining significance. As much as here we have a Hindutva movement which is coming in. Rest of the world, we have nationalist feelings that is erupting. So quite naturally, the global trade is taking a back seat. Everyone wants to protect their economy. Given the scenario, which was not anticipated, today WTO itself, the existence has become a question mark. Having said that, the way China is moving, that the way China is trying to control the of many countries in the world, as much as people are afraid, people are also allowing them to penetrate. There are only two things which we'll have to remember now. Look at the way East India Company came in and they occupied many countries. Trade is the way they started and British colonized every other country to their advantage. Very recently, I heard a video, which is a fantastic, inspirational video, I would say. Why are the African countries poor despite having the best of the natural resources of the world? They have the best of the diamond mines. They have the best of the gold mines. It is because developed economies wanted them to be so that they can continue to exploit their natural wealth. So when we are trying to become a unipolar world in terms of culture, in terms of social upbringing, unfortunately, in terms of economics, we are becoming multipolar. Amidst all these challenges, India is trying to integrate it with the rest of the world and trying to become, or at least a viable alternate for China. This is possible only when young generation people like you are committed and believe in a country like ours. And I need not overemphasize on the leadership requirement to reach those levels or to help the country reach those levels. Blessed are we to become postgraduates, and especially in management. I'm sure this 2 years of course will help you realize what is important in life and what is mostly not important in life. Having said that, this is also one course which teaches you to understand the importance of measurables. Status quo, unless otherwise you know where you stand, you will not know where to go, how to improve. So please measure. You will have to develop measurements and understand very, very clearly where you stand. First, you have to measure yourself in your family. First, you have to measure yourself whether you are achieving the potential what you have amidst your siblings, amidst your family members, amidst your close circles and relatives. Then you look at your peers, the classmates. Then you look at the fellow management graduates from other institutes. So you know exactly, you should know where you stand. And that measurement is very critical to define your growth path, understanding the status quo. This is what I mean, leadership starts with self. I strongly believe a person who is able to manage himself well will be able to manage the others well. It starts with setting priorities for oneself. How do we manage this to meet the expectations of many people? First and foremost, we have to meet our own expectations. Second, we have to meet the expectations of our immediate family members. They could be parents, they could be siblings, they could be relatives. They all have expectations from us, as much as we have expectations from them. Then the institution which you study has also have expectations from you. Similarly, the organizations which you might join, if you go and do a project somewhere, they will have their own expectations. The society has expectations. They expect something, especially from the management graduates, especially who is doing postgraduate. For you to meet this, all these expectations, it should be possible only when you are highly self-disciplined. I repeat again, if you can manage yourself well, you can manage others. The best organization you'll ever come across in your life is your family. Any organization you work for is nothing but an extension of your family. So naturally, if you can manage your family well, when I say family, we all start managing our parents. In transactional analysis, there are 3 stages, which one of us will always go through. Parent stage, adult stage, and child stage. All these 3 stages are very important to understand in one's life. Many a times we remain as child and we try to become parent directly without going through the adult stage. But the preferable stage is the adult stage. We all know beyond 65 or 70 years, our parents become our children. We have to manage them rather than they managing us. Similarly, children are children. So naturally, only if you assume the role of adult, the communication will be very even. Otherwise, it will be blocked communication. I'm okay, you're not okay. You're okay, I'm not okay. The best disposition is we are okay. You win, I win. We win. That is the best disposition. For that to happen, you should be accepted as a leader within your family first. Then naturally, wherever you are engaged, right now as a student in your institution, the acceptance amongst your peers is also very important. All these courses, all parents and teachers, they all tell you what you should learn. But it's by your own experience and exposure, you should learn what to leave out. You're a blessed generation where at the touch of a button, you can get every information what you want. Thanks to the internet, thanks to the search engines. But it all depends on what is the information you look for. So more important, if you are to be productive and you need to understand the time where you want to spend, naturally, you need to know what you should do and more importantly, what you should not. There are always two sides to the same coin. One side is a positive side and the other side is a negative side. As long as we recognize the negative side, and as much as we orient towards the positive side, the acceptance level of the members whom we are connected with, that we are a good human being. That's the first. And second, we are a potential leader. It comes naturally. I repeat, first and foremost, self-discipline is very important to become a good leader. As long as you are a good leader to yourself, you can definitely be a leader to others as well. Second, you have to be leader accepted within your family first, amongst your siblings, amongst your parents, amongst your relatives. Friends, before I end, let me quote our great Mahatma who said, leadership is all about being the change manager yourself, then the change what you want to see in others you can bring in easily. Thanks to Dr. Sundar and Aditya School of Management trustees for giving me this wonderful opportunity to interact with the budding professionals. I sincerely pray to Almighty to bless you all with wonderful future and a great beginning as management graduates. Thanks again for the opportunity.
Today with an eminent person in front of us, Dr. Nithin Devaraaj, and he has completed this journey of almost like 21 days, 3 full weeks, right? Completing the leadership lesson. Any end, actually a commencement, new commencement. Now the students of Aditya School of Business Management is getting to a new beginning to take up their journey, management journey as first year MBA students to start their learning curve and learning management from officially today. And as our chief guest mentioned today, it's all about self-disciplining, accepting failures, and reacting is something which is not good. We have to respond to the situation, and the letter definition from L starts with L until H, the leadership, every letter, which we have to take note and live up to it. And without taking much time, we have started early, and I know the students are waiting. And we must thank our chief guest for being with us and sparing all his time and taking the journey back to Avinashi and sparing your time with us, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot for being with us. And for us,
Welcome.
Thank you again to our campus to facilitate. And before I end up, I would like to thank our chairman, honorable chairman, Mr. Sukumaran, sir, trustee, and faculty members, students, for giving us this wonderful opportunity. And I would like to thank the faculty members of our management department. As well as once again, I would like to thank our chief guest today for being with us. And we complete this occasion by thanking once again Dr. Nithin Devaraaj, for this wonderful valedictory address. Thank you so much, sir. Have a good evening and have a good time. May God bless all of us. Thank you, sir. Thank you.